Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 9. We skipped one for the very first time, only because I was sick. But what have you been up to, Don? What's going on with you?
I've told you that I shoot weddings with like a team, and so I had like a wedding on Saturday and Sunday. And so the first wedding
Okay.
was out here in Long Island, and then the following day the wedding was in like just outside of Philadelphia, like in Cinnaminson, New Jersey. It's been like a busy week. I feel like I haven't seen you or a bunch of people in a while just because I've been so
I haven't
busy.
talked to you in 2 weeks, bro.
I know. What have you been up to, dude?
I've been working hard too, don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But I was telling myself this that the last 3 months of this year is the season of locking in, bro. What does DJ Khaled say? Working all winter, shining all summer, baby. So right now it's getting cold. Look at this. So I had to put on the sweater. It's getting cold. We have to lock down. I've already calculated myself. This Thursday will be the very first paycheck of 6 paychecks left in the year. And if you think about how much you make, you can kind of calculate how much money you're going to have until the year, or how much money you're going to earn until the year is done, right?
That is
Whatever that
true.
number
Yeah.
is for you, you have to keep watch on your finances. It's a fickle lady.
So you have 6 paychecks left.
It's 6 by weeks left,
Oh, okay. Well, you get paid
right?
bi-weekly. I get paid weekly.
Oh, so it's 12. It's 12 for you. Whatever that is number, times that by 12, that's how much money you're going to have for the rest of the year. You may want to, consider what gifts you're going to buy people. I'm on a mission to
Yeah.
get out of here. So I need to watch every dime.
No, I get you. I mean, I guess that's kind of the good part about like having a side hustle, because like in case that you really need like that extra like boost of resources, you could easily just like book a gig or two, you know?
Dude,
So
2 extra paychecks for you, right? For Friday,
yeah,
for the Saturday and the Sunday wedding?
yeah, basically that. Oh, sorry. There.
I didn't even
Um,
notice. What the fuck is it you're doing? What are you doing?
No, I had to plug in like something with like my camera. But yeah, no, so that's kind of the good part. So like if I wanted to kind of like not splurge a little bit, but again just have the opportunity to like give me some extra spending money. I guess in 2024 you kind of need to have that second hustle to allow you to kind of like, if let's say you want to be a little bit irresponsible with money, having like a side hustle allows you kind of to do those things without having to like necessarily put money away on top of the money that you're putting away to save up for bigger ventures. You know what I mean? I kind of wish I had like a single job that allowed me to kind of just do it all,
Fuck
but
that.
at the same time, I think I would get too bored also. You know what I mean?
You cannot survive in New York without having multiple income streams. A lot
Yeah.
of people will have multiple income streams by hooking up and getting married and doing it that way. But if you are single, dude, you cannot survive in New York with only one income stream. Get the fuck out of here. I don't even like to call it side hustle, because come on, let's not play now. That side
Mhm.
hustle makes comparable money to your regular job, right? So
It
it's not
does.
really a hustle. It's just another revenue stream, baby.
Yeah, it's another revenue.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, I guess on the bright side, and I not complaining. I just being in New York, you're close to everything. You have access to so much. You don't
I
have to
think you
worry
should
about.
complain though.
Mhm.
Why do you say you don't want to sound like you're complaining? I think more people should complain about things. Pause. Let me stop myself, because I'm not trying to sound like one of those like, I deserve everything or whatever. There are certain topics that we should stop complaining about, and
Mhm.
other topics like these in which we should complain
I
about.
don't know. I mean, I guess I feel like I don't want to sound like I'm ungrateful. And there's like so much going on in the world today that I feel like I'm just trying to be mindful of and cognizant of. There's trade-offs, right? I mean, you could live in any part of the world, and like there's always gonna be trade-offs for living there. Like, I think I remember I told you one time, and like when I went to the Philippines and I got to Boracay for the first time, right? When I got there, I was like, huh, I don't think I need to go back to New York. Kind of like it here. It felt like kind of like my soul was like, I don't want to say heaven, but I just felt like at peace being there. And again, just being displaced from like the grind of New York and like the hustle and bustle, I was like, I can see myself living here. I'm not really like I don't really consider myself a beach person, but the place was so gorgeous. The sand was like really soft. The water was warm, and like I could literally walk out like It was
I
pretty
know, bro. That's
shallow.
all vacation mode. I'm talking about
Yeah.
like, okay, I hate the quote, but let's stick to reality here. You're
Hmm.
living in New York. It should not be acceptable for us to have
Hmm.
one job and that not it be enough. Okay, don't get me fucking wrong, bro. We're not working in McDonald's here, okay? We're not working at a diner. And no disrespect to that. We're not working on retail. We actually have fucking legit ass jobs.
Yeah.
Regardless of those legit ass jobs, it's still not enough for the rent for a one bedroom, a studio to survive in New York. I'm saying we should complain about it because you know when they say like, oh, like your parents would say, oh shit, rent back in a day was actually like significantly lower. This is
Yeah.
true, but you know what else is really true? Rent 2 years ago was significantly lower. Rent 3 years ago from there was significantly lower. It's
Yeah.
just mind boggling and it pisses me off. And I don't want to sound like one of those unfair, ungrateful, undeserving type of motherfuckers. But
Hmm.
it's crazy. I feel like in 4 years, who fucking knows? New York could literally economically, financially drown us and we're forced to leave. There's some people here, right? Some friends of mine who think about moving somewhere, right? And they have the luxury to do so. Some people have to move out of New York. And that
Yeah.
barrier of survival, that limit, that line that you have to make, I swear, month by month gets higher and higher.
I think back in like college, even actually just fresh graduating college, I think in my head I was asking myself, "Am I gonna make it? Am I gonna be able to do that?" That's,
You didn't
I know
think
it's
that you would be here?
photography and video is not exactly, in, at least in my opinion, it's not as linear as other career paths that you could choose. Like, I think like say engineering or you say like like a being like a doctor or a nurse, like they have very straightforward career paths where again you pretty much get through the curriculum, you take exams and you do rotations. I mean it's a haul itself, but all the things that are going to be like lined up for you, like all these different things to accomplish.
You need certifications. You need to
Yeah,
do this. You need to do
certifications, but
that.
those are things that are there. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
if you want to be in this, specialization of like, medical field, you're going to go through X, Y, and Z to get through it. And if you pass, great. If not, then you don't. But at least it's pretty straightforward. Here in like photography and video, like fresh out of film school, I kind of had to bank on like, I guess just my my willingness to work with people and also kind of just picking up whatever jobs I could. I remember when we were first hitting up Leaf, I was just like still working on film sets. And that was like a long-term film set that I was on. So that was like, again, like 6, 7 months, where we're like minimum wage and just like basically running my car into the ground, like just picking up things for the producers or picking up actors or like just running errands for people, and I wasn't even like shooting anything. I was just the guy on set who's trying to be close enough to the action so I can eventually get into the action. So
Look at where
yeah,
you are
like
right now, though.
it was not easy. I mean,
I
I
know.
would never trade like any of the experiences I had. I mean, again, there are a lot of sleepless nights. There are a lot of broke nights. There are a lot of nights I think I spent with you and the guys at Leaf just like
Drinking,
fuck,
slanging.
fuck. But again, and I say this all the time. I remember saying it to like, our friend Maroda that the problems I have now are gonna be trivial a year from now. Because I think back, even subsequent years afterward, like, we'd be hitting up like what was Staunton's, which is now Ryan's, right? And we're telling like, Maroda, I'm like, damn, just can't wait for like for things to take off. Like I just want like I'm just hoping I get like, my shot. I hope someone like gives me that shot, right? One of the jobs that I was really, really hoping to get, like, like rejected me, and I was like butthurt. I was like feeling very, very vulnerable, but I wasn't ready yet, and I wasn't qualified. And I think, especially, so many years later, I am grateful that I didn't get it. I'm grateful that, in essence, I failed because I believe failure is one of the best like teachers. And so, yeah, like as years gone like went by, I was just putting myself out there. Just, hey, I could do this. Book me. I'm good. I promise. Like, I'm very reliable and like, I'll be there when you need me to. And sure enough, I think as I just stayed consistent with the game, and I guess having a good attitude, these things opened up a lot of doors. So, yeah, again, I remember telling that to Murata 1 year, and then a year later, like all of a sudden now I'm working a different job, and it's like, damn, I remember what it was like to complain and wish I was like in this position, and now I have a new set of problems. And yeah, it's been kind of a consistent thing. Like the only like I'd say yes, these problems were trivial, or to me now, especially when I think about all the things that I see and like the things that I want to embark on, the next ventures, the next things that I want to gain in life. Like those are the bigger tasks that's like on my mind now. Sorry, that's a lot of words.
No, man, it was all good, dude.
I'm really glad for the journey. And I think more than anything, I think the journey is also the fun part of the process. Like you can get to your endpoints, but then you just being okay with the journey of getting to that, I think is something that, telling you and telling a bunch of people that I think is also very rewarding.
You have an idea what's bigger stuff for you?
Well,
Anything legitimate? I know there's feelings and it could be anything, but anything like that's really the next move.
I think my heart of hearts wants to still be in the film field. I mean, I know you see me doing photo and video stuff, and that's still part of like the element, but I do want to shoot more like in commercial and like music video content. Like there's a friend of ours that, reached out to me and like I want to put that into play. But yeah, just work on like bigger projects aside from like, you know, weddings and like events. And then on top of that, in the photography and film space where I feel like I'm helping people more directly because I love working with the stuff and I love helping people with it too. At my last job, I was doing that a little bit more, which I do like. If you were to ask me, the last job was kind of my theoretical dream job of like, oh, like I'm doing things that feed my soul, and then I can't survive off that paycheck. I cannot like survive at all. Like even doing overtime and the gigs, it wouldn't be enough to like sustain me. In my current job, like it's not as like fulfilling, but it's pretty straightforward and it's not too difficult and it pays a lot more. And that's kind of like mind-boggling to me where it's like, damn, like
You sold your soul to the devil.
I know. I mean, it's just it's the funniest thing. Like I think I forget who I was talking to about it. Because we split up into different teams. So this group, like I was rotating in with, and they're like, oh, how are things, at the job? Like, and I'm like, oh, at my first year, just thinking about the journey. And I was just telling them exactly what I told you. And they're like, yeah, I would go with the money. At least the money, I can do things. And also having the resources to do these things allows me to better work on my personal life. And that's very critical. I think these are the things like, especially as we reach peak adulthood, we think about the milestones that we want to have accomplished. This gets it closer to that.
You think about the sacrifices that you have taken.
Yeah.
I like that.
Now realize something that I never thought I would be really kind of craving right now because I haven't been in it like in 2 weeks. The gym. Like I like the gym. The gym is awesome.
You have to go to the gym. You fucking come on, dude.
I know, dude. And it's not that I didn't want to, but literally, like
you've been busy. I know.
I feel bad because it's like not even like it's excuses. It's valid excuses, but I still want to keep myself like accountable.
You should feel bad. Because
I
that's
feel
what
bad,
gets you coming back.
and more importantly, like I've been craving just wanting to lift. It's just like so crazy when I think about how much has changed in a year because my mentality last year was not quite the same as it is now. And now it's just like I'm hungry for things and hungry for the gym, So yeah.
You bring up a very good point and something that I wanted to talk about today, but I really wasn't sure how I was going to pose it. But have you ever had to graduate from a friend? And I know when I say graduate, that can mean a lot of things. Deep in my heart and in my soul, I feel like I'm at odds with myself
Hmm.
because I don't know if I should keep a certain friend in my life or I don't know if I should let this said person go. And not just like stop talking to them, but it's almost kind of like a breakup in a way, you know? You have to let that emotional tie that you once had with them go because maybe they're not doing something good for themselves. Maybe they're
Hmm.
not doing something good to me. Who knows?
Hmm. So I
I
think
know
I
your
know.
mind is racing right now. But I'm not trying to bring up names or nothing, bro.
No,
I'm
no,
just
no.
saying.
No. It's so just to make sure I have it clear. It's letting go of a friend, right? Is that what we're kind of
Yeah.
getting at here? Yeah, yeah, that's happened. But let me talk about one more recently, and I'm not going to drop much critical information. I'm sure
No
you will
names,
get
baby.
who it
No
is. I'm
names.
sure you'll know who I'm talking about. But yeah, like I had to give up being friends with someone who I thought, and the craziest thing is, I remember telling like my cousin about this, right? That I thought would be there, like literally. I mean, who knows in the future, right? We're not at said thing, right? But would be one of my groomsmen on the altar.
I
Like
said
I
that
think that
same thing from the person I'm talking about. I'm thinking about.
so you can relate to this pretty much, and it's without diving into specifics, there were just things that he did that just were really like it would question me because not only would I not do that to you, but I still don't know what I did to kind of deserve that. Um, I mean, long story short, it was something that was like, outside of like our friendship, we also worked out on professionally, right? There are a couple instances, more than one, and more than two for sure, that this person's bailed on me. Like this is the person who I would drop everything for, just because I could, and I would also like not even a second because of what this person meant to me and what they meant to me creatively, inspirationally. Like this person was like like a mentor who got me in the field, right? And so yeah, like because of like these instances where this person bailed out on me, I would vouch for, and then all of a sudden, like, we're trying to deal with a client and this person just goes dark. This person, like, has like, I guess, you know, issues that they're trying to sort out. But the problem is like they weren't being accountable and they weren't even telling me what's up, and it sucked. Like it was like the worst feeling in the world because I again just said it right now that this person I expected, to be there. And this is like outside of a relationship, your friendships also define you, right? And this is someone who I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to like have to let go. But it's just a matter of principle. Um, I think to this point, I still feel the effects of it that I don't even know what to do. I mean, I haven't talked to this person in about a year and some change, and it's sucky because I don't want to feel this way. But how do I bridge that? How do I, you know, like I was already pissed and I already let it all out, but it doesn't feel good knowing that this person just is who they are, and we now are at like this crossroads where, all right, I guess I got to keep on forging on my own path. And it's probably not going to be with you. And it sucks. And I'm sorry to hear that you are going through this because I think I'm the type of person when my back's to the wall and like am in like a troublesome situation, I fight. I mean, I think if anything, my weakness probably is that, I'm probably trying too hard. Okay. But yeah, like here, it's, yeah, it sucks. Right. And I would fight tooth and nail for that person. And to this day, I even though I feel like I've been wronged unjustly, I think back on the good times and the times that that person's been there, and I'd still help them out, even if they've fucked me over. You know.
I think a lot of my guy friends, a lot of my homies, I don't have to be guy friends, but I think a lot of my homies like me as a friend because I excuse their behavior. Whatever that they want to do, you could do. I never, I never judge them for anything. It can be the worst thing ever. I would still not judge them.
Mhm.
I mean, obviously, yes, there are some things that cross the line, but for the most part, my homies fuck with me because I don't judge them for their behavior.
Right.
This person I had found out had done me wrong in the past. And it's behavior that, if it didn't involve me, I wouldn't give a flying fuck. But because it does, it hits me in like this really, really weird way.
Mhm.
And I'm in an interesting position because it's different than your situation where you're actually dealing with him hands on. And then he did not deliver at a certain due date of the present time, right? This is
Mhm.
something that happened to me years ago, but I found out about it. And that makes it hurt weird. I'm not saying it makes it hurt worse or any less, but it kind of gives it this weird side punch to the gut. I fucked with said person for years after that, strongly.
Right.
But finding out something in the past kind of takes the soul away from that time ever since that had happened. Comment section easily gonna go, all right, yo, just go talk to that. Just go talk to them. Go talk to them. Go talk to them. Go talk to them. I get that. But I don't want to talk to them. So what does that say?
Mm.
I don't want to give the effort enough to try to sort it out. I know that would be the thing to do is to go reach out to them and hash it out. But
Mhm.
whatever emotional bone that ticked in my body, it just went full force. It's a little tough because it's close. So I'm gonna try my best. But he would behave in a way which some would deem not good. But then I'm his homie and I'm like, yo, go get it, go get it, go get it, right? And all of a sudden he tried to go get it on me. I don't like that. That shit disgusts me. Yeah, it's weird because so much has changed in the year. I guess it's all a point to say, yeah, so much has changed in the year.
Mhm.
I got to talk to an old friend and I ended up saying to this person, wow, like, holy shit. I feel like ever since I've gotten into this season, my life has accelerated tenfold. Like I'm going so fast. And then when some
Mhm.
people actually come approach to me and give me the idea of, the proposition of partnership or girlfriend or whatever, right? I get something in my brain that goes, whoa, I know I'm good and I know I'm hot and I know I'm feeling good about myself, but I almost have to protect myself at all times because this is my piece and my piece is moving this fast. Unless it's winning the jackpot, I can't have anything change my life. I have to be careful with myself. You know what I'm saying?
You really harped on something that I think about like years ago, right? Because I think, when we talk about relationships, I mean, post like my ex and then other girls that I had gone out with, like there's a couple who like I think were very ready and kind of like you, I was like, I'm not ready. And
Yeah.
I just don't feel like I'm there where I want to be. And it sucks because I don't want to ever be that guy who breaks hearts. But it's like,
Oh,
it's just crazy when you're like, when you're not like searching for it and all of a sudden like the pieces fall into play and you're like, wait, time out, time out, time out. Like there are things I'm just trying to navigate and I'm afraid, at least I'm speaking for myself, not speaking for you, right?
of
But
course.
I'm afraid that this will dampen the process of what I'm trying to get to. But in fairness, and this is me also being vulnerable about it, maybe I just didn't feel like I trusted myself yet. I think there's a part of me who is very reflective about, things that I succeeded in and very much reflective about the things that I fucked up. So it's like,
It could
okay,
be it could be a part of it. Yeah.
it could be that. And, certain things are fresh. I mean, I don't know how recently you were in like a relationship, or at least how long has it been since you've broken up, if I may ask?
Oh, probably like
On paper, yeah, I don't know the details specifically. So,
I'm gonna
you
say
know,
like almost 2 years. Almost 2 years now.
how long were you with this person?
Oh my god, for the better part of a decade.
I forget what the formula was according to some dating websites. It's like, okay, when
You
you
need
break
to
up
at
with
least do
someone,
half.
you do half, right?
Yeah.
And some people I've known it takes a quarter that time, uh, the equal amount of time, and I know people who've taken far longer. That would probably be speaking for myself in that one. Yeah, man. I mean, ultimately, just it's okay to like not be like kind of mentally in that space, and also I think it depends on the person, right? I think
Yeah. That's why I
that
said, unless it's a jackpot. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
and this is, again, not to even take away from the position off someone, like that person could be a jackpot, but just not for this specific situation and for you. Like it's not even against them. It's just that right now, just the things are not clicking. The lightning in a bottle that we've talked about is not there.
Yeah.
And it could happen and it might not. I would also be the first to say, go out to the world and don't wait for me because you may find your lightning in a bottle. I just don't think it's happening here right now. And I don't want to be that person.
Man, fucking foul. Nah. No, 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 no. For real though. I will
Yeah.
say this. My heart is ready to have a relationship.
Me
My
too, man.
mind is not ready. I literally had to go tell somebody, you know what? I kind of don't want to get into a relationship with you because I want to make myself great. Like I literally had to break somebody's heart recently and just let them know I'm trying to be great right now. You have no idea how fucking amazing this past year has been. I cannot have anything that's gonna stop that. Don't get me wrong. Yes, my heart is open to love, but it has to be a fucking jackpot. And when I say jackpot, it's not like, oh, they're so fucking hot. No, it just, everything has to click. And in that everything is so many factors.
I get you, Ed.
My situation is one. And right now, it's the season of locking in, locking down.
But I will say this though, because I think a person who I have so much love and respect for, um, if he's watching or listening right now, his name is Jethro. He and I were always like talking about things, and he's just like always like asking me like, "So Don, how are the ladies?" And I tell him exactly what we're talking about right now. And what I appreciate about him is that he says it pretty straight on. He's very real, but he also says it in such a way that I feel like is, again, just so rational, but so like chill about it, right? And he's like, it's okay for you to like find someone while you're still working on yourself, right?
It
Like
is.
not saying it for you, but just like bring him in because that's something that I feel like I try to remember and live by that. Yeah, like it's okay to find or go out with someone while still trying to figure things out. But also it does require feeling like the timing is right and the pieces are in play and then like even if you're not there at your endpoint, you kind of feel like you're working towards it and that's yeah, for me that's what I'm looking for. It's like that feeling where like okay, I may not be at the end goal, but I feel like this person's going to be great for the journey and I want them also there with me. So,
Don't get me wrong. I'll still go out there and get my play. You
yeah,
know,
man.
anything more
Yeah.
serious, unless you're the one, that's a no.
Yeah, yeah, and I get it, dude. I mean, trust me, like I think for guys, we have like we want to make sure we have certain milestones in play, and it could be just me being traditional. I feel like I want to have like certain things in play first because I want to be able to give that to like my future wife. Like I want to be able to like feel like, yo, all right, if you are going to be out of work for a while, I got you. We're going to be okay. Oh, you want to go to this certain place? I got you. Like I want to feel like I can say I got you without any hesitation or any like
Exactly.
question in my voice.
Exactly. Because I know how it
So
is, dude. When you're talking to fucking girls right now, and then you know you're not where you're at. Oh my god, that's like one of the worst things ever. Like you can literally find the best girl who would be amazing in your life, but then when you think about it, it's like, god damn, like this isn't gonna go anywhere. Like you know it. Like come on, focus, lock down, get the fucking strap up, and
oh
let's
yeah, I know.
go.
And you're right though. I mean, I think this fall into winter into again next year is just buckling down and just working hard. I mean, again, like we were last like few episodes ago, we are talking about getting that six pack. Yeah, yeah, I'm serious about that.
Let's go,
I was just
bitch.
saying to myself, let me just get through these 2 weekends because these 2 weekends I got like 3 weddings that I need to shoot. So just get through it, you know, put some extra pocket money for the holidays, and boom, then you're back to the races. How about you, dude? What do you have lined up for like the rest of the week? And the weekend.
I really don't have anything this coming week, and I'm really, really happy for it. Last couple of days I've been very busy. My sister just had her birthday.
Oh, happy
She had a birthday
birthday!
party. Yeah, and whenever she's over here, the red carpet's always rolled out. Ever since I got the news of my friend being a little bitch, right? It has affected me in a way that has amplified my season of hustle, the
Hmm.
season of locking down. It almost makes it feel even more fun. There's nothing more motivational than feeling slighted and going, you know what? I'm gonna fuck you. Like, this is my revenge. So I'm kind of on this high of working. I'm working on the store, just to give a little bit more context on what I'm doing.
Yeah,
Gonna try to add a new line of products, and we're gonna try to make our daily dollar go up slowly day by day. That's really all that we're gonna do, right? We're gonna,
yeah. You and me both, man. We're
yeah.
like just working upward towards that.
I am
So
highly considering, and I love talking to you about work shit because while you were talking about all your film stuff, all I can thinking about is like, how can I make money with Don?
mhm.
Like, I'm sure we could do something, right? And I guess the
Okay,
podcast is it, but this is more sort of a creative set.
okay.
But I've been thinking about actually starting my first in print on demand store, actual physical products, not by me, third party. But all it's gonna require is energy and effort. And you know what they say, bro? The magic is in the work that you don't want to do. So we have to do this.
Uh, Video game analogy, but if you want to unlock that next level or the next piece of equipment, you got to put in the work for that. And
Hell yeah, you gotta level up.
gotta
You gotta
level up,
grind a little bit. You gotta go through a couple nightmare dungeons.
level up, level up, level up.